Okay, so I have this Etsy store where I put a bunch of insos I made. Inso is this Japanese calligraphy. Uh, it's just a circle, and you can look it up on Wikipedia. It's like a circle that you make in one or max like two tries, and it's basically like a meditative exercise. Um, Calligraphy is a part of Japanese culture and Japanese. I've just always been into like found that like how do I say that? I've always really found there to be so much wisdom in a lot of Japanese philosophy and so many things to admire. The fact that people will just like endlessly work to perfecting whatever thing it is they're working on forever, and they know that perfection is unobtainable, and yet they will perfect things like the Japanese tea ceremony. Like they decide we gotta perfect this. Like it's part of their philosophy, and it's there's a lot of intelligence and wisdom to their whole shebang. I read books about Buddhism and Bushido. Hagakure is one of my favorite books ever. I had someone read it recently, and they didn't seem to get what I get out of it. But um, yeah, insos. Yeah, I'm ADD. It's a Japanese calligraphy thing. It's a meditative practice thing. My goal was to make 10,000 of them, which is like in Taoism and Buddhism, they talk about the 10,000 things. And that'd be like the equivalent of like saying like, and everything, or and shit, or all of the things. Um, like all of just the things of the world. I wanted to make 10,000 of them. I made like 100 or so. I did a Kickstarter. Not one person put 1 cent down. Part of the problem is I don't involve my family and friends in most of the stuff I do because I'm keeping this anonymity thing, and I don't want to pressure my friends and family. But like, hey, here's this thing that I'm into that you don't give a shit about. Can you like help me? I've normally never asked help from anybody for anything almost across the board most of my life. I'm hyper independent. So I've always thought like I'm gonna put this stuff online and not tell my friends and family where it is. Like I'm just gonna put it out there and maybe pay for advertising if I have 20 bucks. But like um, I want it to find the right people, and I'm not into some magical superstitious thing of like, oh, maybe the right people will find it. Like the universe will. No, it's just like I want to be disconnected from it, and I don't want to beg anybody. So if like you come across it, you don't know me, you don't give a shit. If you like the thing I make, then you buy it. Like, and it's not a pressure thing. Um, I've already had several people say it sounds like I'm just begging for money on this stuff. But the only reason I even started making the ensos is because I wanted one for the wall. Because I'm into calligraphy. I'm not good at it. I don't practice it much. I had this idea a few years ago. Major problems were having in my personal and financial life that are outside of my control, and I was stressed out and I couldn't sleep. And I was like, what I need to do is do some meditation and like focus and do narrow in on something and just try to like uh, encourage the growth of me doing more meditation and more thoughtful, focused stuff. And where am I going with this? So I thought I'd do an art project, and I thought, hey, this is something I can sell because, like, majorly, I want to just do music all the time. But like, music doesn't make any money. Even your favorite bands, they make their money from sync licensing deals and other stuff. And you can see punk bands from the '90s. They got their own like beer, their own coffee. In the '90s, it was like, don't sell out. Now it's like we have this line of merch and all of this other stuff because no one pays for music. No one seems to think that art is worth anything anymore. You have to buy a t-shirt of the music that you like, that represents the music you like. But no one, we're not paying for music. And I'm not saying complaining. It's just I know that's not a thing I can do. I can't just make music and make money off of it. Like I would have to have like, 8 billion streams to like, afford a house, So I've been financing everything myself all along. And I thought the Inso thing could work. I know it's not for everybody. And a lot of people are going to think it's like almost a joke because it's a circle. But, you know, there's something about discipline and doing the same thing over and over and over and over until it gets perfected. Bring it back to that. There's something about doing something a million times. Like, you know, those statues, like there's the on Wall Street, there's the Wall Street Bull, and the balls of it are shiny. All of the patina is rubbed off because people keep touching the balls of the bull. There's statues out there. I forget where it is. There's one of them where it's like a statue of a woman, bronze statue of a woman, and her titas, her titas, are shiny. The rest of her is like greenish, brownish, you know. There's something about doing something over and over and over, and eventually the water makes it through the rock. Eventually the river, the creek creates a canyon. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to make a project that's more conceptual. It's not that like drawing a circle is an amazing achievement, you know what I'm saying? But it's like getting into that focus. I've done other things where I went hardcore, and after enough time, I succeeded. It's why I'm still here, why I haven't given up yet. Like a few years ago, I'm middle-aged. A few years ago, like 5 years ago, I lost like 140 pounds. I'd been fat all my life. And I learned a lot from that. And the change in here was more than just my saggy titties. I got, a couple years ago, I had abs starting. Never had that in my life. But after a few years of hardcore gym, diet, exercise, blah, 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 I transformed. I lost 140 pounds. I lost the entire weight of a girlfriend. And so I know that with like hard work and dedication, eventually you can keep grinding the thing until it happens. I know that. The only reason I'm even making this social media stuff is because at the moment I can't keep doing things myself because my day job is, the movie industry is a wreck right now. And so I can't work 5, 6, 7 days a week. So I'm trying to figure out some other ways, and AI is going to take over a lot of film. I have to find a new dance, a new song, dance tricks to make rent, or I got to move, or I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm still trying to figure it out. But I put up a t-shirt store, I put up these insos, I put up a bunch of other stuff, and I have a lot more that I'd like to do, and a lot more, and I know one of them is going to work. I'm not worried about that. And eventually I will find the audience. I just have to stay online and keep doing this thing the social media thing's not natural to me. I'm not a super sociable person. I'd rather just be like this gentleman and sit in the other room and like play with the timbre of like the kick drum until it's, you know what I'm saying? That's what I want to do. I want to sit there and play with the bass and side chain the kick and blah, 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 blah. That's what I want to do, but that doesn't pay any money. So I have to figure out some way indirectly to make that happen, which is why I got the t-shirt thing and the other stuff. And I have a whole list of other things I'd like to put out. I got like an app that might make money, like a music-oriented app. I got the bass, the subcontra bass, that there's none other like it in the world. I've made it. People told me it wouldn't work. It does. Screw you. Anyways, this video is about the insos. I have these insos. No one's ever bought one. Eventually, I'm going to make it somewhere, somehow, some way. Not for fame and fortune, but like there will be some things that I've made that will be like, well, that's different. And that's the only reason I work hard on them, because I know they're different. I'm not special. Some of my projects are very special. So eventually, I'm going to make it some way and somehow in that direction. So buy some of these insos. I thought maybe if I made and sold insos, because other people have sold them. You can buy one right now. You can buy prints. Each one of mine is handmade, so it's like because that's actually what the process is. They're all different, and I have them individually. You look at the link; they're all different size, different shape. I did a Kickstarter a few years ago to make paper, or not make paper, to buy paper in bulk from India, handmade, really, really cool looking paper. I'm the kind of nerd that's going to talk about the qualities of a handmade paper. That didn't work because people, you know, insos are not a popular phenomenon in American culture. But if you buy some of these insos, short term, I can pay rent and stuff like that. which right now I don't. And then long term, if I can sell a bunch of them, I can order bulk the paper. Because right now, if I just go and buy cool art paper at like, in Brooklyn where I live, it's like stupid prices. I'm not going to make a cent off of once shipping, handling, blah, 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 sending the damn thing to you. I'm not going to make any money. I won't even break even. But if I can buy like a pallet of like some really cool paper, I can make a bunch of them. It might not ever work. I've put it up and then taken it down and put it back up. It's staying up now. But maybe buy one. Not because it's an amazing to see a circle with some kanji. I was practicing 4 different characters, but what it represents. It's like where you quiet your mind and you focus and you do one thing, which I'm ADD. It's like the opposite of me. You stop, focus, kind of get into a flow. It's a meditational thing, and you make a circle. And maybe that sounds stupid, but just like breathing techniques, you'd be amazed when you do them all the time. There was like 3-4 years when I was losing weight where I did Wim Hof breathing every morning, and I was like an unstoppable force. There was times where I was working full time, 5, 6, 7 days a week, long ass days, going to the gym 4 times a week, and living on like 700-800 calories a day. I'm a grown man. I'm 6'2". Like, that's how I lost 140 pounds. I'm wild like that. Buy some Insos. Hang them up. We'll talk more about it. The more, if anybody can just buy some of these things I'm making, it'll buy me time and I can put out more projects. And the more I'm not like panicked about what's going on in this country, because I think we hit the iceberg and we've only begun to sink, and maybe it's time to get out of here, but also just like rent and other stuff. Like, if I can just focus on the art thing, but at first we have to fix the money thing. So I need to sell something. So, and I'm not even asking you for that. Just share this. Make me go viral that way. Just share it. Yeah, there's this crazy guy with a mask on talking about calligraphy. Sure, whatever. Just pass it on to your weird friend, your friend that reads, your friend that watches documentaries, your friend that's into like, weird polyrhythmic music or something like that. Send me to him or her. Even cool if it's her. Send them, like, follow this to see where my zany ass gets off to, but also share it to your smart friends. Your dumb friends won't get it. That's okay. Some of them are nice. Okay, I gotta go. Bye.